SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
For year-round comfort you can count on, call Max Heating and Air. Serving the Pine Belt and surrounding areas, they handle heating, cooling, spray foam insulation, duct cleaning, and more. Quality service, trusted experts. Call Max Heating and Air at 601-649-4087.
And now, Sports.
Get ready, sports fans. It's time for Chasing Foul Balls on SuperTalk Pike County 93.5 and streaming worldwide on the SuperTalk Mississippi app and on your Amazon Alexa devices. Chasing Foul Balls, your weekly source for all the sports news and interviews important to Southwest Mississippi. Chasing Foul Balls is presented by First Bank. And now, here's your host, Robbie Hamilton.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of Chasing Foul Balls right here on SuperTalk 96.3. Glad to have you along with us. Our guest today, got a couple of good ones. Bryce Bean, the head coach of the ASC Rebels, will join us. And hopefully we have everything worked out. The Missy Milderback, the head coach of the Southern Miss Golden Eagle Lady Golden Eagle basketball team, will be with us. Here in the studio, to my left, Young Gun's back with us. He's filling in for Mr. Hay today. How are you, Wes?
Well, to steal the professor line, Robbie, I'm like Minnie Pearl. I'm just happy to be here, baby.
I tell you what, I get y'all together and all these lines start coming from every direction. I don't know what's going on. To my right, the man with the line. So glad you could make it today, Mr. Neil Randall.
Well, you know, I have an Uber service that requires me to make it. So.
Yeah, that's the only way I can guarantee you'll be here if you come get me. I pull out all the stops. I tell you what, busy day yesterday. Let's start there. High school football last night. It was Bogachitta putting it on Enterprise, 38-16. High school softball, Park Lane edged Simpson 9-8. That will put them at the best of 3, 1 game apiece. So Park Lane travels to Simpson and McGee on Saturday night at 6 o'clock. That game for the 4A Division I state championship, so that ought to be a good one. Community College last night, number 7 Northwest defeated Southwest 33-13. Bears had to travel up to Northwest for that. Southwest now 2-4 on the year. Bears next Thursday, they travel up to Hines. I reckon they'll dress in the gymatorium maybe.
Well, no,
it won't.
That's down at Utica.
Oh, yeah. Well, they don't get to dress the gymatorium, do they?
They'll be up there at Joe Renfro Field.
Hines and Southwest next Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Hines. Now, Colin, boy, they put it on Pearl River last night, 39-7. Wolfpack 5-1 on the year. Next Thursday, it's the Slobber Knocker. They go to Gulf Coast, 7 o'clock kickoff down at Gulf Coast. Pearl for Colin and Gulf Coast. That's probably going to be for the South lead, I would assume, and the community college play. Last night, college. West, they made it too close. USM 38, Georgia Southern 35.
Yeah, it's hard to get upset with a win, Robbie, especially considering what we've been through as a program. But would have liked to seen a cleaner second half and maybe not let them get back in it. But winning certainly better than losing. 2-0 in the conference since 2019. That's pretty good. 2 wins away from going bowling again.
That's right.
Looking forward to it.
Y'all got your reservations already?
At a couple places. We're going ahead, and we're expecting a large crowd if we go.
You're scouting, huh?
Uh-huh. Been a while. It's nice to look forward to it.
The pro game last night was even more surprise. The fact that the team the Saints beat Saturday, the Giants doubled Philadelphia last night. Giants 34, Philly 17. Boy, that was a shock. Baseball in the AL playoffs, Toronto has captured their spot in the American League playoff. They will play the winner of the Detroit-Seattle game. That was at 7:08 tonight. On the NL side, Dodgers have secured their National League playoff berth. They will play the winner of the Cubs-Brewers game. That game 5 will be tomorrow night at 7:08. Last week we talked about what was going to be a slobber knocker over at C.C. Moore Stadium, and Neil, boy, was it a slobber knocker. Poplarville and Macomb, both undefeated. Macomb wins it 35-34. They block a field goal on the last play of the game to get the win. Ty Keys is everything everybody thought he would be, but Macomb played with him and for him, step for step.
Well, I think both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs, and they may line up across from one another again later in the playoffs. And if I'm not mistaken, Wes, you can help me with this. Didn't Macomb and Poplarville play in the first round of the playoffs maybe last year?
Yeah, I think it was the second round.
Second round.
I knew they played, but I couldn't remember
I think it was
for sure.
second round. Poplarville beat Macomb in the playoffs last year.
Well, I was thinking Poplarville was the defending
champion,
4A state champion. But two good programs, and the young man that scored the final touchdown was the one we talked to Coach Foster about last Friday morning. Broderick Peters,
the tight end that transferred from Hammond to Macomb.
They list him as tight end, linebacker, long snapper, you name it. Apparently he can do it all. At 6'4" and 230, he can do whatever he wants.
Well, speaking of last week, it don't get any easier for the Tigers tonight. Macomb hops on the bus. They travel over to Columbia. It's another matchup of two undefeated teams, Macomb and Columbia. It's another district game. Both teams are 6-0. Tell you what, don't get any easier for the Macomb Tigers, does it?
Definitely not. It's lonely at the top, baby.
It is. It seems like week after week. Saints get their first win last Sunday, 26-14 over the Giants. They play New England this week. Can the Saints win 2 in a row?
Robbie, I would hope so. Coming into the season, everybody thought the Patriots game was a gettable game for the Saints, and the Patriots have been playing a lot better. I don't know if it's such a slam dunk anymore, but you would hope playing at home gives them a chance.
Deal with the Saints. You don't expect them to win. They beat the Giants. Then the Giants turn around and beat Philadelphia. If the NFL wants parity, that's the best of the game of parity you'll see with the Saints beating New York and the Giants beating Philadelphia, who's supposed to be the class of the league.
Well, defending Super Bowl champions, yeah. I think I don't know if parity is that good or not, but I'll tell you what I don't expect.
What's that?
I don't expect Saints to win against the Patriots. I didn't expect them to win against the Giants. So if I stay pessimistic, I guess I'll be real happy if they do find a win.
Full disclosure, I hope they don't. I'm hoping for that top draft pick, guys. That's valuable.
I tell you, it's tough when you got to decide whether you want to win or you want the draft pick. That's tough to have to decide, isn't it?
It's the reality.
That's it. Jeff Leby gets a new contract yesterday from Mississippi State, 4 years, going about $4 million a year. Not a bad deal.
I'll buy you a few cheeseburgers.
Yeah, will. At any of the outlets there at Stark Vegas.
He could probably get something over at Little Dewey's.
All right, let's go from there. Top 3 paid college coaches. You got the idea who the top 3?
Well, Kirby Smart and the guy at Ohio State. What's his name, Wes?
Ryan
Day.
Ryan Day.
That's the top 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Kirby Smart makes $13.3 million. Ryan Day makes $12.575 million, and the third one is.
My guess would be probably Dabo at Clemson.
No, Dabo's 4. He's at $11.44 million. No, he's down a little bit.
Yeah. Would it be Sark at Texas?
No, he's 5. He's at $10.8 million.
It's not DeBoer, is it?
No. Brian Kelly's 8. $10.175 million. Lane Kiffin's 13 at $9 million.
Just trying to get by.
Steve Sarkisian is 5th at $10.8 million. And at number 3, Lincoln Riley. at USC. $11.535 million a year. Guys, we got in the wrong business, didn't we? Let's play the game. Preseason college football picks and where they are now. Preseason top 10 and where they are now. Number 1, Texas. Neil, where are they now?
They are out of the top 25.
They are at 27. Penn State was number 2. Wes, where are they now?
Not at number 2.
No, they're out of the top 25. They're at number 28 now. Ohio State, Neil, you get an easy one. They were at 3.
And they're at 2 now?
No, they're at 1 now.
They're at 1 now, okay.
Clemson was at number 4, Wes.
I would say they're probably out.
You got it. They're not even getting any votes in the top 25. Georgia was 5th, Neil.
I think they're in the top 10. Maybe.
They are at number 10.
Okay.
Notre Dame started at 6th, Wes.
Oh, Lord, I haven't kept up with Notre Dame. I'm going to say if you're asking the question, they're probably lower.
16 for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish right now. And LSU started at 9, and they are at 11. That's amazing to me to take those numbers. In a preseason poll, you would think they would get some of it right, but the only one out of the top 5 they got right was Ohio State. And they had them a little lower at 3 than they should have been since they have moved up to number 1. Football.
That proves in this transfer portal era, guys, you don't really know what anybody has these days.
No.
It's different from semester to semester.
Teams are bringing in, 30 and 40 players apiece on their teams. And of course, they're bringing in better players than they had, obviously, or they wouldn't be bringing them in.
Well, it goes back to what Mr. Reese Nunnery used to say.
What did Big Daddy say?
He said, and I quote him, "The rich get richer and the poor have babies."
And that's the way it happens. And we'll come back and talk to Bryce Speed, the head coach of ASC, right after we take this time out. Welcome back to Chasing Foul Balls on this Friday. Robbie Hamilton, Longdale Randall, West Dudley joined us on the phone, the head coach of the ASC Rebels, Coach Bryce Speed. And, Coach, it ought to be a lot of smiles in Liberty this morning.
Yes, sir.
When you saw this team get together back in the spring, did you expect it to be a team that has won 6 straight games?
To be honest with you, I did. I was really excited about coming into the season. I knew our numbers were low, and we had to stay healthy, but I had a really good core coming in and be year 2 in our system, so I was excited about it. Yes, sir.
First time since 2000 that you've been north of 500 with the record. That's really talking highly of the kids you have on that team.
Absolutely.
Coach Bean, Neil Randall, congratulations on a great start, 6-1. Looks like you're headed for the playoffs. Tell us a little bit about your quarterback, Zane Minton.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate the compliment. Our offense runs through Zane. He's got an incredible arm, and he's toted the rock for us a lot this year. He's really put the running game on his shoulders. Just doing a really good job of managing the offense and doing what we want to do. I'm been really proud of how much he's progressed this year, and look forward to his last couple of games with him for sure.
Well, now when you got a really good quarterback, you got to have some pretty good receivers over there in Liberty.
Oh yeah, we got a pretty good core. Will Walsh, a junior, is tremendous. Him and Zane's connection is unbelievable. They've been working at it since Pee Wee football, so their connection is really good. Will's a very good route runner, knows how to position his body. And I have Dreer Van Norman, a senior, big tight end that had a big game last week. Aiden Kirkland, a junior that came in from Bogotita, has really taken some pressure off Will. And I had a 10th grader from Amite County transferring in, Donald Tobias, who's really like our scat back, got a lot of speed, who's opened the game up as well.
Coach, Wes Nunnery here. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Good to talk to you this morning.
You too, man.
Let's call it what it is, Coach. You've kind of been beating people to sleep. I mean, these scores are severely lopsided. Talk about the challenge it is as a coach to keep your team focused and the eye on the prize when you're handling people so easily. To be frank.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's been one of the hardest parts because in the past we haven't been in these positions. We've been on the opposite side of it. So to keep them engaged, keep them locked in is I tell them every Friday night this game is the biggest game of the year because it's the next one. So they've done a really good job of staying locked in, bringing the energy. We've been starting slow here lately, so hopefully tonight we can jump out early and see what we can do.
Coach Walsh, this is Neil Randall again. I think Robbie mentioned you're sitting there at 6-1. I believe you're 3-0 in your district or division with one division game to go. And like you just mentioned, you're headed down to Ammit, Louisiana to take on Oak Forest tonight. And then you have another non-division game next week, and then open, and then a big game on October the 31st when you play Adams Christian. How big a ball game will that be for your Rebels?
Oh, biggest one in a long time. I'm excited about tonight, the opportunity to go to Oak Forest and play much bigger team. We haven't played them in a while. We're excited for the challenge, and we're going to give it our best shot for sure. All the kids are ready to go. Homecoming next week, and then we'll have an off week to get healthy, prepare, and get ready for ACCS. So it'll be a very tough challenge, but for district championship on senior night at our place in Liberty. So really excited about that.
Well, you talked about the players, Coach. To be 6-1, you got to have some good coaches on that staff with you.
Absolutely, I have one of, if not the best coaching staff around. My offensive coordinator, Coach Chris McGraw, he runs the offense. He handles it all with a little bit of input from other coaches. I handle the defense, but Coach Cody Hall knows the ins and outs of it and runs our offense and defensive line. And Coach Sam Caston is our receiver DB's coach and handles all the skill guys. Tremendous staff. Love the death. Wouldn't want to do it with anybody else for sure.
Who's your leader on defense? You've been winning big, so that means you've been stopping people pretty regularly. Who's that leader on the defense for the Rebels?
Well, we've done it as a group. The tackles are spread out, but senior Robert Aiken has led that group. He's to the ball. He's wide open to the ball. Just a great defensive player. The seniors Ethan Andrews and Drew Van Norman, other linebackers, who've done a tremendous job. Defensive tackle Reed Morgan, senior, who's done a really, really good job. So yeah, as a group, I mean, the defense, they've been flying around, been hitting people. It's a different style of Rebel football, for sure.
Coach Bean, Neil Randall again, sitting there at 6-1, looking forward to the playoffs. Of course, you don't want to overlook anybody. Tell us a little bit about the support you've been getting from the community and the fans, and how that transfers to the kids when they come out and see a big crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Our fans are great. Our fans have been great. First winning season since 2000, but you couldn't tell it from our fan base. They travel extremely well, super loud at away games, which is amazing for our guys. And the support, the outreach here lately with what's going on with our program, it's good to see everybody, even ones that aren't from, that are from a mid-school center, but outside the community now have reached out and are really excited about how the way things are going. So really thankful for that.
Last time the Rebels had that 500 record, it was a guy named Bean, the coach then, too, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
You don't know him, do you, Bryce? Is that totally unrelated?
Yeah, I know him pretty well. I used to roam the sidelines as a water boy when Uncle Barry was the coach, and my dad helped him, and my brothers and cousins used to all play. So grew up around it.
Family affair, huh?
Just being around it.
What about Oak Forest? A bigger school, bigger players, I'd assume, so it'll be a good test tonight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I think the boys are ready to go and locked in and excited for the opportunity to show what level of football they've been playing against a much tougher opponent.
How does the division work out? You say you got ACCS in a couple of weeks for the division championship. Does that guarantee you a home game for the playoffs, or will one or two get you a home game, or how does all that work?
So football is still off power points. So you could win the division and still not have power points and, be put down at a certain spot in the playoffs. So the district championship doesn't guarantee anything. I'm looking, based off our power points, we'll probably be hosting a playoff game in the Division II of the championship.
Now, power points, that's divided between number of wins, the quality of opponents, and the quality of opponents that your opponents play. Is that how that all works out?
Correct. Yes, sir.
So you will wait till the season's over to get the total power points before you will actually know where you stand as far as the playoff goes.
Yes, sir. Pretty much. You can sort of gauge and plan out ahead and sort of get a close guess. But yes, sir. We have to finish the season out and see where we land.
Homecoming 2 weeks. What kind of crowd are you expecting over there for the Rebels for homecoming?
It should be an incredible crowd. Everybody's excited about the season and where things are headed, and we'll have a normal good crowd for homecoming. But with the way the season's going, I expect a pretty big crowd and good atmosphere.
Final question. It's kind of off, me. I'm a little bit off center to start with. What is Bryce Bean's favorite sandwich?
Well, as far as Subway, I guess my the All-American Club would be what I go to. So
All-American Club from an All-American guy in an All-American city in Liberty. That's pretty good, isn't it? Bryce, good luck to the Rebels. We'll check back with you once it gets close to the playoffs and see where you stand. Appreciate you taking the time to be with us on this Friday morning.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, guys.
Bryce Bean, head coach of the ASC Rebels, 6-1 on the year. First time since 2000 that they've been north of that 500 record. Congratulations to them. We asked Bryce, Mr. Randall, what is your favorite cold sandwich?
Cold sandwich?
Yes, sir. That's compared to what is your favorite hot sandwich?
Oh, my word.
Oh.
I'm kind of like Coach Bean now. I like a good club every now and then. Yeah, club sandwich.
What's your favorite hot sandwich?
Hot sandwich? Oh, McCall's hot roast beef.
All right, Mr.
Po' boy. You know where that is, Reese?
I'm not Reese there, Neil.
I'm sorry, Reese Jr. It's out in your neighborhood.
I know where it is.
Okay, baby.
Your favorite cold sandwich?
Hard to beat a good ham and cheese, Robbie.
Oh, man, you're
hard to
talking
beat
about
a good ham and cheese. And hot sandwich, I guess I'd have to say a French dip with the au jus. That's top of the line.
Y'all going big time, that's for sure. Neil, you had looked into the Lafayette-Oxford problem. They've played since 1972. Oxford High School, Lafayette High School, or however you want to pronounce it. They've played 55 games, Lafayette at 126, Oxford at 127. But Lafayette announced this week that they would no longer play Oxford in any sport, not just high school football. No more playing Oxford, who is right across the street from them.
Yeah.
What have you found out?
Well, I have gotten information from two different sources, one on each side of that street. Lafayette apparently feels like they are not treated fairly, and that it's not a level field. Of course, Lafayette's 5A, and Oxford's a growing 7A, and they say that Oxford gets a lot of kids move in there anticipating going to the university. And then there's the other side of the coin. The Oxford side says, well, it's just sour grapes coming from Lafayette, and we're not too, something about, they said something about the composition of the board, which I won't go into, but they weren't, this person was not sure that this decision would stand. So we'll just have to wait and see.
So what you're saying, Neil, is some Kappa Sig knocked over a Sigma Chi solo cup in the Grove, and we have a problem with it.
They have problems for sure. And it
I like that one.
It could have been one of those knocking over an independent. Anyway.
Well, we can't have those independents knocking over those frats, can we?
We don't mess with those independents.
There's another word for that, too, but I won't use it.
Another thing before we go to break. Last week we talked about the Alabama A&M band director and his great quote that the dance team for the team they were playing were Olympic models. He got fined and he got disciplined.
Suspended, yeah.
Yep. Now this week, you can't beat it. The cheerleader gets an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and her team gets penalized 15 yards. Mr. Randall, have you ever heard such a thing as a cheerleader in high school getting 15 yards?
No, and all of my years of officiating, you get hollered at and screamed at, but eventually after a while you just tune it out, and you certainly can't listen to it. But somebody had rabbit ears pretty bad.
No doubt.
He must have really been catching heck from his sideline to hear a cheerleader. How close? Cheerleaders are not even close to the field.
No, there's several people between an official and cheerleaders.
You wouldn't think those little high voices would carry very far, would you?
It must have carried
far enough.
Either that or the official was listed for something, one of the two.
Yeah, he might have been looking for something there and took his opportunity.
Well, I've tried to find out more about it. Even the folks up in that area, they don't seem to know a whole lot of what really happened except what you read, that there was a 15-yard penalty thrown against the cheerleader. Oh, what a time we live in, what a time we live in.
So is the coach going to make the cheerleader run sprints at practice this week for the penalty?
You probably have to do those up and down.
Burpees.
Yeah, whatever they call, yeah. We'll come back. We'll talk to the head coach of the Southern Miss Lady Eagle basketball team right after we take this time out.
Sports. And now sports.
You're listening to Chasing Foul Balls on SuperTalk Pike County 93.5 and streaming everywhere on the SuperTalk Mississippi app. Chasing Foul Balls is presented by First Bank and brought to you by East Macomb Body Shop and Guy's Pharmacy. Now back to Chasing Foul Balls on SuperTalk Pike County 93.5.
Well, good Friday morning. Welcome back to Chasing Foul Balls. Our thanks to Bryce Bean, the head coach of the ASC Rebels, for joining us this morning, and congratulations to his Rebels, 6-1 on the year. First time since 2000 that they have been north of the 500 mark, so we're so proud of them. Now joining us on the phone, the head coach of the University of Southern Miss Lady Golden Eagle basketball team, Coach Missy Bilderback. Coach, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Glad to have you.
Enjoying this cool fall weather this morning. So
Glad to have you. I don't know if you heard the story of the cheerleader for the football team getting the 15-yard penalty called on them. But have you ever had any problems with cheerleaders with the basketball team?
I have not. No, that's a new situation there for sure.
And one final question before we get into really the basketball tonight. There's a game, I know you don't have any first-hand interest in it, but Columbia and Macomb play over in Columbia, 2 6-0 teams. What do you see happening in that one?
Oh, man, that's going to be a good one. To be honest, that's the first thing I thought about when I woke up this morning is that ball game tonight. So got a senior. My son is a tight end, defensive end for the Wildcats, and then obviously my husband, Chip, coaching there. So I think it's going to be a great battle. Macomb's got a great football team, and should be just a great game. Hopefully the team that the most physical wins the line of scrimmage probably wins that one. I'm hoping that's the Wildcats.
Oh, I tell you what, that's a basketball coach giving a football coach answer, isn't it, right there?
It's gonna be a battle. We're excited. Macomb's really talented, so my son's got the task of blocking, I think, number 6 a little tonight. That's going to be a big challenge for him.
You started at Presbyterian Christian as a high school coach, went on to Jones over at Ellisville right down the road, then you went to ULM. What brought you back to Hattiesburg to be the head coach of the Lady Golden Eagles?
Well, for me, certainly it was a no-brainer. I mean, this is home. I'm a South Mississippi girl and lived here the majority of my life. I grew up in the Hattiesburg area, went to finish school at Southern Miss, and just loved the Pine Belt and the university. And so just, an opportunity to come back home is really special. So very, very excited to be here.
Coach, Wes Nunnery here. Thanks for joining us this morning. Look forward to catching some games here shortly in the greenhouse. Looking at your roster, what you've been able to assemble is impressive. Looking down this roster, I count 6 transfers with Power Conference experience, a McDonald's All-American, All Sun Belt First Teamer, Dandy Dozens, Miss Al All-Stars. This lineup is impressive. Talk about what you've been able to do in the transfer portal.
Yeah, obviously in a situation where you take a new job, the transfer portal has to become your best friend right there. You have to be able to navigate that, and I think for us, just the success we had there has given us an immediate opportunity to be able to be successful. I think that's important. But certainly a lot of the girls, there are a few kids from the sorry, I've got a little echo here, so it's on this, so it's distracting me just a little bit here, but I've got a couple kids from, that played for me at Jones previously that I'm really thankful. A lot of those guys went on to Power 4 conferences and, wanted to come home and play their final couple seasons here back home and at Southern Miss, so that's a great blessing. And then there were some kids that maybe we recruited previously that chose some bigger schools that we had relationships with, and, obviously being able to bring them back here, and just really excited. A lot of talent. We've got a lot of different combinations and lineups we can go with. We can go big. We can play some small ball with, some race and space with some shooters out there for sure. So there's a lot of different combinations and ways we can play. So cautiously optimistic for sure. I mean, I like our team. They work hard, and pretty excited about this season.
Coach Bilderback, Neil Randall, congratulations on being the newest coach at Southern Miss, and it's not many lady coaches at Southern Miss, basketball coaches. Kay James was there for 15 years, and then Joy Lee was there for 30 years, and now here you come. So congratulations. Talk to us a little bit about your schedule and the conference.
Yes, absolutely, and just to comment on what you said as well, like just being able to follow those two legends is an incredible honor and just a big responsibility for sure. Just really highly respect, and just the program that they've built. I'm able to step in now in a situation that's a great program, and I'm just trying to elevate it and take it, to another step. But it's certainly, the tradition has been laid and the foundation, so I'm very grateful there. But yes, our schedule's tough. Non-conference, we really tried to put some things together that we felt would challenge our team early. The Sun Belt is always a great league, especially on the women's side. You just have a lot of parity. There's not a lot of top teams. Everybody's good enough to beat you on any given night, so you really have to play and have that toughness each night. So I'm real excited about the non-conference. We're playing teams like UAB, American Conference. We're playing them twice. We're playing North Carolina State. That's a Elite Eight, Final Four caliber program. We're going to Mississippi State, so an in-state rival there. So there's certainly some opportunities to have some big moments and big wins for our young ladies, but certainly will challenge us and get us ready for that SBC play, which is what really matters.
Coach, this is Wes again. To kind of follow up on Neil's point about following Joy Lee McNellis, you kind of come into Hattiesburg in a unique situation. You're not necessarily coming in because the previous coach failed or was let go. You're taking over for a legend, who may she rest in peace, by the way. But is there a different, and I struggle for the words to ask this, I hope you'll know what I mean, is there a different mindset for a coach that comes into a situation like that versus one that comes into a situation where the program has failed?
Absolutely. Obviously the success that Coach Joy had and the respect and love that this community has for her. And, it's been a tough 6 months and that, with her retirement, but, obviously with the passing of Coach, that's been hard, mourning for her and our players. I took over a program where there were returners that had played for Coach, and 2 of my staff members played for Coach previously. And so, it's been a unique situation where, our goal has always been to just honor her legacy here and, make sure that all of the traditions and things that they've built over the years, her and Coach K, we continue to try to honor and keep the alumni connected. And just, it's a special program. So I'm just borrowed it for a while where I get to lead it, right? And so, Coach James has also been a big part. She was at our scrimmage yesterday, and she's probably been to practice once a week and just enjoys watching our team. And she'll give me a little tidbit every now and then of some things I need to look at or watch or what lineups she likes. So certainly a unique situation for sure.
This year you headed to Cancun. That has to be a good trip.
I think our kids are pretty excited about that one, guys. They, I don't know that, I think maybe one person on our roster is been to Cancun, so they are all really excited. So had an opportunity. The tournament was looking for a team late, and they actually made us a pretty good deal to come out there. So it's a win-win for us in that we get to take our kids on a pretty neat experience, but also get to play 2 really good basketball teams and really challenge ourselves out there as well.
You start the season with the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. What is that?
That is just an agreement between the MAC and the Sun Belt to play 2 games a year. Basically, I think both leagues have a little trouble sometimes scheduling. A lot of the low conferences, we have to pay guarantees to get to come pay us, right? And so these are comparable conferences where we just agree to 2 games, a home and home with the MAC. They kind of pair us up based on last year's records and different things to give us comparable matchups within the league. But I think it's a good deal. We're guaranteed those 2 games, but it also allows us to play really good competition. We'll get to open up with a good team early, so we're excited about that.
Coach, talk a little bit about the staff you've assembled. I know there's at least one former Golden Eagle on the staff, maybe 2, if I'm remembering correctly. Talk about your staff.
Yeah, absolutely. So Coach Lauren Pittman is our associate head coach. She played at Southern Miss and actually worked for Coach Joy early in her career. And so she's with us as our associate head. So Lady Eagle basketball runs deep with her for sure. Coach Jonathan Williams is someone that has been at Jackson State and Charlotte. He's a South Mississippi native, but we were able to bring him home, and he's a great recruiter. coached in a couple NCAA tournaments, so really excited about Coach Williams and what he brings. Coach Lauren Gross, a former Lady Eagle. She was a team captain here, played 4 years, transferred her last year over to ULM, played for us that last year, really was a big part of us winning those 21 games and setting a couple school records over there. But she was a player personnel coach for me last year, and we have bumped her up, and now she's on staff and really excited to be back at Southern Miss. Coach Matt Garner, he was with Coach Joy's staff the last 5 years, and he's been kind enough to stay with us. He's our director of basketball operations. Does a great job just running things, keeping me organized, and also does a little bit of coaching. He's a zone expert, really familiar with the Donnie Tyndall zone, so he's put in our zone there. But and then I've got 2 GAs, former players of mine, Kyle Weathersby and Nunu Bradford. Both of them just got through playing overseas and played for me down the line, and so familiar with us, and so really connect well with the kids and former professional players. So that's really good for our players, I feel.
Did I read this right? This is year 51 of Lady Golden Eagle basketball?
That's right. That's right.
That is a long time. I didn't realize that Golden Eagle Lady Golden Eagle basketball had been around for 51 years. That's
right. And 50 years of women's sports at Southern Miss, but 51 of Golden Eagle basketball.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to be with us on this Friday morning, and good luck tonight with the Columbia-Macomb ball game over Joe's house in Columbia.
Yes, sir. I'll have to say go Wildcats. I don't want to make everybody mad at me, but
yeah, I think you got a good reason.
Go Wildcats and Southern Miss to the top.
By everybody, you mean Chip. You don't want to make Chip mad at you.
Hey, I got to live with him and my son, so I gotta go with those Wildcats.
We won't tell him anything you said, that's for sure.
All right.
Thanks, Coach, for being with us. Good luck at the greenhouse, and we look forward to seeing some Lady Golden Eagle basketball.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being with us. Right. Coach Missy Bilderback of the Lady Golden Eagles. We'll come back. Big Daddy next. Welcome back, Chasing Foul Balls. Thanks to Coach Bilderback, the ladies Golden Eagle basketball coach at Southern Miss, for joining us this morning. Boy, that's going to be a big one tonight. Columbia and Macomb over in Columbia. Both of those teams 6-0. They'll go at it. Hope I get to find a place to watch that one tonight.
That's going to be a great game.
Looking for a bank that feels like home? First Bank is here for you. 14 locations across southern Mississippi. We're your local bank for checking, savings, loans, and more. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or you just need an everyday banking made easy, First Bank ready to help. Stop by your nearest branch, or you can visit firstbankms.com today. First Bank, where customers and community matter most. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And on the phone, Big Daddy, made it too close last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I got too close for comfort.
I was watching it. You got way ahead, so I left. I came back, and it was a little closer. I said, no, they got this under control. I left again, and I came back, and it was really close in. I said, well, I better see if I can help pull this one out. What do you think? What's your thoughts on the Golden Eagle football right now?
Well, we're certainly happy to be relevant again. Is a lot of fun, and you know the team played well first half. That second quarter for USM was probably one of the best we've ever had. I think part of the problem last night was we got so far ahead that we kind of lost our edge there in the third quarter and let Georgia Southern get back in there. And then once you get some low mo switches over on the other side, he's a hard man to bring back to your side. So we were lucky enough to make some plays. The defense made some interceptions, and I don't know. We just didn't seem to be as motivated, I guess, as where I say in the second half as we were in the first.
Well, one thing Coach Huff has talked about, Reese, is the fact that the Golden Eagles got to learn how to win on the road. That was a good step last night. Maybe not a perfect step, but a good step.
Yeah, Statesboro is a hard place to win. If you're looking through the history, their home field advantage is huge. So it was great to go over there and prove we can win on the road and kind of get that bear off our back and move forward.
Reese, Neal, you're exactly right about Statesboro, Georgia being a tough place to play. Goes back to the days of Irk Russell. I know you remember Irk Russell.
I guarantee you.
Well, now your Golden Eagles now sitting at 4-2, 2 games away from bowl eligibility, and but you've got a trip now to Lafayette. And it's always a difficult place to play, but as Wes says, and you've told us over the years, it's a great place to go enjoy a football game. And I know you've had some memorable trips over there, but I'm guessing you're going to let Wes make that trip this year?
Well, he and I are talking about going. I think we might make it. It's an afternoon game. It's pretty easy to get over there, obviously. Stop at Pat's and get you a good meal before the game, and then you'll get back home maybe by 11:30 or so, rather than being getting home at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So we're looking at it. It's always a good place to go if nothing else, some great food.
What do you think the Golden Eagles' chances are?
Well, I like our chances. Lafayette's a great ball team, but they lost their starting quarterback early, and they really struggled. And, you don't have to be real sharp to know that you're only about as good as your quarterback in this league. And so I like our chances, but, you still got to play them all.
Big Daddy, following up on that, it's we probably shouldn't look ahead, but it's easy to do. The way the schedule sets up, we've kind of got a chance to get on a little bit of a roll here. You get a struggling Lafayette, then you get ULM, who's playing well at home, followed by a struggling Arkansas State. Do you think we showed enough last night to feel confident about getting on a roll here down the stretch?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll learn. One thing about Coach Huff, his teams don't usually make the same big mistakes twice. So I think he'll use the second half as a motivation that you got to play every down. If you believe ESPN, they projected the schedule, and I think we'll be favored in every game. But Texas State, if that were to hold out, my gosh, we'd be 10-3, which I don't think anybody thought we'd be. But I know I certainly did. And I was just hoping we'd get 6 or 7. I think we're going to be bowl eligible, and that'll be a big plus for us. Of course, all this is dependent on injuries. If we lose our quarterback, we could be in trouble too.
Coach Bilderback joined us before you. What's your thoughts there?
Oh, I love Missy. Robbie, you and I go back to calling a few basketball games on the radio back when, and
when
she was first coaching. Yeah, when she was first coaching at Presbyterian Christian, and I fell in love with her back then. I always thought she was a nice lady and treated us very well, and I enjoyed doing some of her ball games. And she was my hand-picked choice to succeed. I didn't know whether we'd get her away from ULM, but I think the fact that coming home and the fact that her husband could step back in as head coach at Columbia made that work out so great for them, and we're so proud to have her.
Final question, favorite sandwich of Big Daddy?
Well, my favorite is an oyster po' boy, if that counts as a sandwich. I love an oyster po' boy.
Where you get it from?
Anywhere. Just had one the other night from the Cajun. Wes, I have to tell you what the name of it is. Cajun something over in Liberty. They make a dadgum good oyster po' boy and shrimp po' boy. Of course, Wes gets the shrimp and I get the oysters. So.
Sound like y'all got it covered to me.
Yeah.
Well,
he likes the boudin one too, I think, and I love boudin, but I don't particularly like it on a po' boy.
Notice that Wes to my left, I don't think there's probably many sandwiches that he don't like.
We know how to eat in the Nunnery family.
Regularly.
On schedule.
Reese, thanks for being with us. Good luck to the Golden Eagles. We'll talk to you next Friday morning.
Thanks, Robbie. See you later.
See you later. Our thanks to Bryce Speed, the head coach at ASC, Missy Bilderback, the head coach of the Lady Golden Eagle basketball team over at Southern Miss. That'll do it for this Friday. We'll join you next Friday morning, 9:06, right here on Chasing Foul Balls.
I just found my baby and I want to get a chance to hold her. So don't turn out the lights, the party ain't over. I said don't turn out the lights. Don't turn out those lights. Don't turn out the lights. The party ain't over.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.